Let's take a moment to appreciate the beautiful complexity of human connection. When a woman likes you, her heart speaks, but it doesn't always speak in a language that's easy to understand. She might not come out and say it directly. Many women express interest through subtle, thoughtful, and often unspoken cues. And tonight I want to share with you 5 phrases a woman might say when she's starting to see you as someone special in her life. Words are a powerful tool of communication, but they often carry meanings beyond their literal definitions. When someone speaks, it's not just the words themselves that matter, it's the tone, the context, and the underlying emotions woven into the conversation. This is especially true in relationships and romantic connections, where subtlety often replaces outright declarations. Women in particular may use nuanced language to express their feelings. These expressions aren't always straightforward, but when you pay close attention, you'll discover a world of meaning hidden in the subtlety of their words. When a woman likes you, her words may seem casual or even routine, but they carry a weight that goes beyond surface-level conversation. She might comment on something you did or said, or she might phrase a question in a way that invites more than just a quick response. For example, she could say, "I really like the way you handled that situation," or ask, "How do you stay so calm under pressure?" On the surface, these are simple statements or inquiries, but in reality, they reveal admiration, curiosity, and a desire to know you better. By paying attention, you'll begin to see the genuine interest she has in you as a person. Subtlety also appears in the way she frames compliments. If a woman likes you, she's not just going to praise the obvious things, like how you look or what you're wearing. Instead, she'll go deeper, often highlighting aspects of your personality, your talents, or the way you carry yourself. For instance, she might say, "You have a great sense of humor," or "I really admire how thoughtful you are." These types of comments might not seem like grand declarations, but they're far from meaningless. They're clues to how she sees you and what she values in you. They're her way of saying, "You're different, and I appreciate that." Another way subtlety comes into play is through questions. Women who are interested often show their feelings by asking questions that go beyond small talk. They might ask about your goals, your family, or even your childhood memories. These aren't just questions, they're openings. They're ways of saying, "I want to understand you better," without explicitly stating it. A simple, "What made you choose your career?" or "Do you spend much time with your family?" might seem like casual conversation, but it's her way of showing she's invested in who you are. Tone of voice is another important element to consider. The same words can carry entirely different meanings depending on how they're said. A playful tone, a hint of nervousness, or a soft smile accompanying her words can all add layers of meaning. A woman saying, "You're ridiculous," with a laugh and a smile during a lighthearted conversation is likely expressing warmth and affection, even if her words are teasing. Similarly, a quiet and thoughtful tone when she says, "I really appreciate that," can reveal a deeper level of sincerity than you might initially expect. Context matters as well. The situations in which a woman chooses to share certain words or phrases often amplify their meaning. For example, if she takes the time to compliment you during a busy or stressful moment, it's a sign that you stand out in her mind. If she remembers something small you mentioned weeks ago and brings it up, it shows she's been paying attention and that her interest in you goes beyond casual acquaintance. It's easy to overlook these subtle cues if you're not paying attention. In a world where we often expect grand gestures and explicit statements, we sometimes forget that the most meaningful connections are built on small, everyday interactions. When a woman likes you, she may not always spell it out for you. Instead, her feelings will be revealed in the way she speaks, the care she puts into her words, and the moments of vulnerability she allows herself to share. To truly understand someone, you have to listen with more than just your ears. You have to tune into the emotions behind their words, the unspoken intentions, and the quiet signals they send. It requires mindfulness and a willingness to look beyond the obvious. But when you do, you'll discover a depth of connection that transforms ordinary conversations into meaningful moments. And in those moments, you'll realize that the subtlety of words is where love begins to take roots. Compliments are one of the simplest ways to express admiration, yet their true power lies in the thought and meaning behind them. When someone genuinely likes you, their compliments tend to go beyond the surface. They're not just about what's visible on the outside. They touch on the essence of who you are as a person. These deeper compliments are not only more impactful, but they also reveal a level of attention and care that speaks volumes about how they feel toward you. When a woman likes you, her compliments often reflect her appreciation for your character, values, or unique traits. She isn't just noticing the obvious like a sharp outfit or a great haircut, but the subtler qualities that set you apart. For example, instead of saying, "You look nice today," she might say, "You always have such a confident energy about you, it's inspiring." These kinds of compliments show that she's paying close attention to who you are, not just how you appear. They highlight the fact that she sees you as more than just a collection of external attributes. There's also a difference in how these compliments are delivered. They tend to feel more personal and specific, often tied to moments or actions that stand out to her. For instance, she might say, "I really admire how patient you were in that meeting," or "You have a way of making people feel comfortable. It's such a great quality." These comments are not only thoughtful, but they also show that she's noticed the little things you do, the things that might otherwise go unacknowledged. They reflect an investment in understanding you, which is a strong indicator of her interest. A deeper compliment also carries emotional weight because it often aligns with the values or qualities she personally admires. If she's drawn to kindness, she'll notice and point out moments when you demonstrate compassion. If she values ambition, she might compliment your dedication to your goals. These compliments are not random, they're intentional. They're her way of letting you know that the qualities she respects and appreciates are the ones she sees in you. Another sign that her compliments go beyond the surface is when they highlight your impact on her life. For example, she might say, "You have a way of making me feel calmer when I'm stressed," or "Talking to you always brightens my day." These statements are powerful because they aren't just about you. They're about the positive effect you have on her. They reveal a level of vulnerability and trust as she's opening up about how much she values your presence in her life. Even the way she phrases her compliments can reveal her feelings. A simple shift from "You're funny" to "I love your sense of humor" can signal a deeper emotional connection. The inclusion of words like love or admire adds an extra layer of meaning. It suggests that her compliment isn't just an observation, but a heartfelt expression of how she feels about you. The consistency of her compliments is another clue. When a woman consistently finds ways to point out the things she appreciates about you, it shows that you're often on her mind. She notices the small moments and takes the time to acknowledge them, even when they might seem insignificant to others. This steady stream of thoughtful remarks is a subtle but clear sign that her interest in you goes beyond casual admiration. It's also worth noting that these deeper compliments often come with a sense of timing. She might choose to express them during quiet, meaningful moments rather than in passing. Complimenting your resilience after a challenging situation or praising your perspective during an important discussion shows that her words are genuine and tied to the context of your actions. These moments of intentionality make her compliments feel even more sincere. At their core, compliments that go beyond the surface are about connection. They're not just about making you feel good. They're about building a deeper understanding and showing appreciation for who you truly are. They reveal that she's looking past the external and focusing on the qualities that define you as a person. When a woman offers these kinds of compliments, she's saying in her own way, I see you, I value you, and I like what I see. In relationships, these kinds of compliments are invaluable. They foster a sense of closeness and trust, creating a foundation for something meaningful. So when you receive a compliment that feels especially personal or heartfelt, take a moment to appreciate it. It's not just a kind word. It's a window into how she sees you and the growing connection she feels. By recognizing the depth of these compliments, you can better understand her intentions and respond with the same level of care and thoughtfulness. Curiosity is one of the most telling signs of genuine interest. When someone takes the time to ask meaningful questions and show a sincere desire to understand you better, it speaks volumes about how they feel. For women, curiosity often becomes a subtle but powerful way to express their interest. Not always about grand gestures or overt declarations. Sometimes it's the thoughtful, seemingly simple questions that reveal how much she cares. When a woman likes you, her curiosity goes beyond surface level small talk. She doesn't just ask how your day went. She digs deeper, wanting to know what made it good or challenging. She's interested in the little details that make up your life, the moments, thoughts, and experiences that define who you are. For example, instead of saying, how was work? She might ask, what's the most exciting part of your job? Or how did you decide to get into your career? These types of questions reflect a genuine desire to connect on a deeper level. She isn't just looking for conversation fillers. She wants to understand what drives and inspires you. Her curiosity also shows in how she remembers the things you tell her. If you mention a favorite book, a hobby you enjoy, or an upcoming event, she's likely to bring it up later. This is her way of saying, I was listening and I care. For instance, if you mention that you were nervous about an important presentation at work, she might ask how it went the next time you talk. Sir, this follow-up isn't just polite, it's a sign that she's invested in your life and wants to be a part of it in some way. It's not just. Another sign of her curiosity is the type of questions she asks about your past. A woman who likes you will often want to know about the experiences that shaped you. She might ask about your childhood, your family, or significant milestones in your life. These questions aren't just about gathering information. They're about piecing together the puzzle of who you are. She's trying to understand not just where you are now, but how you got there. Aim questions like, what's one of your favorite memories growing up? Or who has influenced you the most in your life? Show that she's interested in the deeper layers of your story. Curiosity also extends to your thoughts and opinions. A woman who likes you will often seek your perspective on various topics, whether they're lighthearted or serious. She might ask what you think about a movie, a book, or even a current event. This isn't just about starting a conversation. It's about learning how you view the world. She values your opinion and wants to understand how you think. For example, she might say, what do you think about this? Or, I'd love to hear your take on that. These questions reflect her respect for your thoughts and her desire to engage with you on an intellectual level. Her curiosity often reveals itself in playful or unexpected ways as well. She might ask fun, quirky questions to see how you respond or to learn something unique about you. For instance, she could ask, if you could travel anywhere in the world right now, where would you go? Or what's one thing you've always wanted to try but haven't yet? These questions are lighthearted but still meaningful because they're designed to spark conversation and connection. One of the most significant aspects of curiosity is the way it fosters vulnerability. When a woman asks questions that encourage you to open up, it's a sign that she's creating a safe space for you to share. She might ask, what's something you've learned from a tough experience? Or what's one thing you're really proud of? These are questions that invite you to share more personal parts of yourself, and her willingness to ask them shows that she's interested in knowing the real you. Even her body language and reactions during these conversations can reveal her curiosity. If she leans in, maintains eye contact, and actively listens to your responses, it's a clear indication that she's genuinely engaged. She's not just asking questions out of politeness. She's fully present and invested in what you're saying. Curiosity is one of the most meaningful ways a woman can express interest. It's not just about the questions she asks, but about the intention behind them. When she takes the time to learn about your life, your passions, and your thoughts, she's showing that she values who you are. It's her way of saying, I want to know you, not just the version everyone else sees, but the deeper, truer you. When you recognize this kind of curiosity, it's a clear sign that she sees you as someone special. Trust is the foundation of any meaningful relationship, and when a woman starts to trust you, it becomes evident in her words. The way she speaks, what she chooses to share, and how she responds to you all reflect the growing sense of security she feels in your presence. Trust isn't built overnight. It develops gradually through consistent actions and shared experiences. When a woman feels comfortable enough to express her true self with you, her words will begin to carry the weight of that trust. One of the first ways you'll notice trust in her words is through vulnerability. A woman who trusts you will begin to open up about her life, sharing parts of herself that she might not reveal to just anyone. She might talk about her past, including both the joyful moments and the painful ones. This openness is significant because it requires courage to share personal experiences, especially those that have shaped her deeply. For example, she might say, I don't usually talk about this, or I feel like I can share this with you. These phrases signal that she feels safe enough to lower her guard and let you in. Her words will also start to reflect a level of emotional honesty. She might share her fears, hopes, or dreams, even if they make her feel vulnerable. For instance, she could say, I'm a little scared about taking this next step in my career. Or, I've always dreamed of traveling the world, but I've never told anyone that. These statements show that she trusts you enough to share her inner world without fearing judgment. When a woman speaks to you in this way, it's her way of saying, I believe you'll understand and support me. Another sign of trust is when she seeks your opinion or advice on important matters. Whether it's a decision about her career, relationships, or personal goals, she values your perspective and trusts your judgment. For example, she might ask, what would you do in my situation? Or, do you think I'm making the right choice? These questions go beyond casual conversation. They show that she respects your insights and feels confident that you have her best interests at heart. Trust also reveals itself in the way she speaks about her present struggles. Life isn't always easy, and when a woman trusts you, she won't feel the need to put up a facade of perfection. She might confide in you about a bad day at work, a conflict with a friend, or even her insecurities. Saying something like, I've been feeling a little overwhelmed lately, or I'm not sure if I'm doing enough, shows that she feels comfortable sharing her challenges with you. It's her way of inviting you into her life, not just during the good times, but also during the difficult one. Her words of trust often include expressions of gratitude and appreciation. When she trusts you, she'll likely acknowledge the role you play in making her feel secure and supported. She might say, "I don't know what I'd do without you," or "You always know how to make me feel better." These words aren't just compliments. They're reflections of how much she values your presence and the trust you've built together. Another key indicator of trust is when she begins to involve you in her future plans, even in small ways. She might mention things like, "We should try that restaurant together," or "I'd love for you to meet my friends sometime." These aren't just casual remarks. They're her way of signaling that she sees you as someone who belongs in her life moving forward. Trust allows her to imagine a shared future, and her words will reflect that growing vision. Trust is also evident in her willingness to listen to your vulnerabilities. When a woman trusts you, she creates a space for mutual sharing. She'll encourage you to open up, not just because she wants to know more about you, but because she understands the importance of reciprocity in building trust. Phrases like, "You can always talk to me," or "I'm here if you ever need to vent," show that she values the trust you place in her as much as the trust she places in you. Finally, her words will often reflect a sense of loyalty and commitment. She might reassure you during times of uncertainty, saying things like, "You can count on me," or "I'm here for you no matter what." These statements demonstrate that her trust in you is strong enough to build a foundation of reliability and emotional support. She's letting you know that she's invested in the relationship and is willing to stand by your side. When a woman trusts you, her words take on a deeper, more meaningful tone. They move beyond surface level exchanges and reveal the connection she feels with you. Whether through vulnerability, gratitude, or shared plans for the future, her words are a testament to the emotional safety and closeness you've built together. Recognizing these signs of trust is essential, as it's through trust that relationships truly flourish. Playful teasing is often misunderstood as mere lighthearted banter, but beneath its surface lies a powerful tool for building connection and intimacy. When a woman teases you in a playful way, it's rarely just about the joke or comment itself. It's her way of breaking down barriers, creating a shared sense of humor, and testing the comfort level between the two of you. While it may appear casual on the outside, playful teasing often carries a deeper meaning. It's connection in disguise. Teasing, when done playfully and with good intentions, creates a unique dynamic that brings two people closer together. It shows that she's paying attention to you, noticing the little quirks and habits that make you who you are. For instance, she might say, "Do you always have to be so competitive?" after you've turned a friendly activity into a full-blown challenge. While the comment may sound teasing, it's actually her way of acknowledging something about you that stands out to her. In a subtle way, she's letting you know she notices you in a way that others might not. Playful teasing also allows her to establish a comfortable and relaxed atmosphere. When a woman likes you, she often wants to create interactions that feel natural and fun without the pressure of overly serious conversations. Teasing offers a lighthearted way to bond without making things feel forced or awkward. A playful comment like, "Are you always this charming, or is it just today?" might seem like a joke, but it's also a way of easing into a more personal connection. Humor helps to lower defenses and build rapport, setting the stage for a deeper relationship. Another key aspect of playful teasing is the way it invites back and forth interaction. When a woman teases you, she's often testing your response, gauging your ability to engage in the moment and match her energy. Teasing requires a level of mutual participation. It's a give and take that strengthens the connection between you. If she says, wow, someone's confident today, after you make a bold statement, she's not trying to undermine you. Instead, she's inviting you to keep the playful energy going. Your willingness to tease her back or laugh along shows that you're comfortable and in sync with her. Teasing also creates an element of exclusivity in your interactions. When a woman teases you about something specific to your dynamic, it becomes an inside joke or shared memory that only the two of you understand. For example, if she keeps jokingly calling you Mr. Punctual because you're always late, it's more than just a playful jab. It's a way of creating a unique connection that sets your relationship apart from her interactions with others. These private moments of humor become little threads that weave your bond together. Importantly, playful teasing is often a safe way for her to express interest without risking too much vulnerability. Instead of directly saying, I like spending time with you, she might tease you about how often you text her or how predictable your coffee order is. On the surface, it seems like she's pointing out something small or trivial, but underneath, she's highlighting the fact that she's paying attention to you and your habits. Teasing allows her to show interest in a way that feels light and approachable without putting herself in a vulnerable position too soon. The tone of playful teasing is what truly sets it apart from criticism or sarcasm. When a woman teases you, her tone is warm, her smile is genuine, and her body language is open. These nonverbal cues signal that her words are meant to be taken in good humor and not as an attack. For instance, if she says, wow, nice dance moves, after you awkwardly attempt to dance, her tone and expression will tell you whether she's genuinely ridiculing you or just having fun. When the tone is playful, it's her way of creating a moment of connection through humor. Teasing can also reveal a sense of comfort and trust. If a woman feels close enough to tease you, it means she's comfortable breaking down formalities and engaging with you in a more personal and informal way. This level of comfort is a sign that she enjoys your company and feels at ease in your presence. Teasing becomes a way of saying, I like being around you enough to joke with you. Finally, playful teasing can create moments of tension that add excitement to your dynamic. A well-placed, lighthearted jab can spark flirtation and keep the energy lively. For example, if she says, you think you're so smooth, don't you? With a mischievous grin, it's her way of turning up the playful energy while also testing how you respond. This kind of teasing creates an undercurrent of attraction, making the interaction feel dynamic and engaging. In essence, playful teasing is far more than just humor. It's a way for her to express interest, build rapport, and create a shared sense of fun. When done with warmth and positivity, teasing becomes a bridge to deeper connection. Recognizing it as such allows you to engage in the moment and reciprocate the lighthearted energy, fostering a bond that goes beyond words. When a woman likes you, one of the most revealing ways she communicates her feelings is through future-oriented hints. These subtle statements or suggestions often reflect her desire to include you in her plans, dreams, and aspirations. Though they may seem casual at first, these hints hold significant meaning. They are her way of envisioning a shared future with you, even if it's only in small, tentative steps. The key to understanding these hints is paying attention to what she says and how she frames her thoughts about what's to come. Future-oriented hints often appear in light-hearted or playful comments. She might casually say, we should check out that new restaurant together. Or, you'd have so much fun on that hiking trail I love. On the surface, these might seem like throwaway remarks, but they actually suggest that she's picturing you by her side in those moments. These small invitations to share experiences reflect her interest in spending more time with you and creating memories together. It's not just about the activity itself, it's about the bond that will grow through shared adventures. Sometimes future-oriented hints take the form of curiosity about your long-term goals. A woman who likes you might ask questions like, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Or what's one thing you've always wanted to accomplish? While these might seem like general conversation starters, they're often more than that. By asking about your aspirations, she's trying to understand where you're headed and how she might fit into that picture. It's her way of gauging whether your paths align and whether a deeper connection could grow between you. Her hints might also come through comments about her own future. For example, she might say, I've always wanted to travel to Italy, or one day I'd love to have a home by the beach. These statements can seem like personal reflections, but they're often opportunities for you to respond in a way that aligns your future with hers. If she's dropping these hints, she might be imagining what it would be like to share those dreams with you. A subtle, we should go to Italy together someday, or can you imagine us sitting on a beach like that, can be her way of inviting you to consider a shared vision of the future. A woman who likes you may also use future-oriented hints to subtly test your interest in her. For instance, she might say, I need a partner in crime for this music festival next month. Any takers? While it might sound like a general statement, she's likely hoping you'll step up and show interest in joining her. These playful hints are her way of creating opportunities for you to take the initiative and express your willingness to be part of her life in a meaningful way. Another form of future-oriented hint is when she talks about introducing you to the people or things that matter to her. She might say, you'd get along so well with my best friend, or I'd love to show you my favorite spot in the city. These hints suggest that she's not only comfortable with you, but also sees you as someone who could become an important part of her world. By sharing these thoughts, she's signaling that she values your connection and wants to deepen it. These hints can also emerge in moments of reflection or planning. If she says something like, next summer's going to be amazing. I already have so many ideas for what we can do. Or, I need to start thinking about holiday plans, and you'll definitely have to be part of them. She's expressing a desire to include you in her life on a broader scale. These aren't just casual remarks. They're indications that she's thinking about a future that involves you. Even light teasing or hypothetical scenarios can be future-oriented hints. She might say, if we ever went on a road trip, I'd definitely have to be in charge of the playlist. Or, I bet you'd be the one getting us lost if we traveled together. While these comments are playful, they're also her way of imagining what it would be like to share future experiences with you. They create an opportunity to laugh and bond while subtly expressing her interest in spending time together down the road. Her choice of language can also reflect her intent. Phrases like, we should, we could, or next time, are strong indicators that she's thinking ahead with you in mind. When she uses inclusive language, she's not just talking about the here and now. She's envisioning what's possible beyond the present moment. It's a subtle yet powerful way of expressing her desire for a deeper connection. Future-oriented hints are about more than just plans. They're about emotional investment. When a woman starts to imagine you as part of her future, even in small ways, it shows that she values your presence in her life. Recognizing these hints and responding to them with enthusiasm can help strengthen the connection you share. It's in these moments that relationships begin to shift from casual interactions to something more meaningful, built on shared hopes, dreams, and a growing sense of partnership.